Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing this effortless glam makeup and hair look. This turned out so beautiful. It's probably one of my favorite looks so far. So this video is sponsored by Magic Links and IGK Hair. So thank you so much to them, and let's get straight into the video. So I'm starting off on clean hair with the IGK Offline 3-minute hydration hair mask to give my hair some moisture. And this mask is so quick and easy to use. All I'm doing is raking it through my hair in 4 sections, and then I'm going to comb through all of my hair. To get it really like saturated in there, I did wet my hair more while I was doing this part, and I'm just combing the product through. This just makes sure all of my strands are coated with the mask. You guys can see it gave my hair a lot of slip, which is really good and makes detangling less damaging and quicker, so I'm not snagging out my hair or anything like that. So I'm just going to put it up and let it sit for 3 minutes. You only have to let it stay in your hair for 3 minutes, which is amazing. Excuse that yellow stuff. I think that's dial soap because that's what I use for my piercings. So after letting that sit in my hair for about 3 minutes, I'm just going to rinse everything out thoroughly. And now I'm going in with the expensive amla oil. I think that's how you say it. High Shine Top Coat. And when I saw this product on the website, I had to try it because, of course, you want your hair to be really, really shiny. When it's straight, you want your hair to be shiny regardless. But for me, I just love having a silky, shiny blowout or silk press. So I applied that from the middle of my hair down to the ends, let it sit for 1 minute, and now I'm just rinsing everything out. Now I'm using the Good Behavior 4-in-1 Prep Spray. This is a detangler, a 24-hour frizz control, a heat protectant, and gives your hair shine. So I'm generously applying that throughout my hair, and these products smell so good, y'all. I felt like I was in the salon getting my hair done. But now I'm using the Mistress Hydrating Hair Balm and applying just a little bit of this because it is like a leave-in conditioner type of product, so I didn't want to put too much or didn't weigh my hair down at all, but I just wanted to be sure and be safe. So I'm just applying a little bit of that throughout my hair, just raking it through, and then I'm going to go ahead and blow dry my hair. Now I'm using the Crybaby 72-hour frizz control and applying that generously as well throughout my hair. I loved this product. It probably was my favorite one just because I love a frizz control and a serum. I live in Houston, so Houston really doesn't allow your hair to be great ever. So this product was amazing. I used it all throughout my hair process, and it didn't weigh my hair down. It didn't make it look greasy. Everything was super flowy and nice. So I'm just going through my hair, straightening it like I normally do. And everything took one pass. You guys can see these are all one passers, and it looks amazing. Really shiny, healthy, just beautiful. Here's a little slow-mo for y'all. You can see the bounce is just amazing. It looks so good. I was super happy with these products. Besides shampoo, all I did was use these products. I didn't do my normal, kind of like prepping routine. I just used IGK, and my hair turned out so pretty. So I'm just applying more serum because you can use it when your hair is dry after you're finished, and it makes your flyaways lay down. You guys know I usually have so many flyaways, but look, right now I have I can visibly just see 2, so that's really good. And yeah, I'm just raking that throughout my hair, and this is pretty much my hair straight after using the IGK products. I am going to use one more product, so stay tuned, stick around for that. But I just like to thank IGK and Magic Links again for sponsoring today's video. Love these products. Make sure you guys go to my description and you can shop the links there for these products and more from IGK. Alright guys, so now I'm starting makeup. I'm gonna make a disclaimer now. I said effortless, but it's more effortless looking. It is gonna take some effort, so just keep that in mind. So I'm taking my e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer and just buffing that in with a brush. I did use a lot of it because I want my face to be super glowy and dewy. And now I'm using my Lumi Glow Lotion in the shade 904, placing that on the back of my hand and putting that on the areas I want to glow and further enhance, like the apples of my cheeks and my eyelids. And I'm just buffing that in. You guys can use however much or little that you want to. And now I'm using this e.l.f. brow pomade. I'm spraying it with a setting powder to make it damp and then picking it up with a spoolie. And I'm brushing it into my brow hairs. I'm brushing in an upwards position so that they have a really fluffy and natural look. And then when I'm ready to fill them in, I won't have to use too much product. So I'm not using any foundation today, so I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix to color correct on any dark spots I have on my face. This is obviously going to be tailored to however much, you want to cover up on your face. And I'm blending this out with my finger to get the most coverage, like I've said before. And a little does go a long way with this product, so just be really careful. It is really easy to use a lot, so just use a little to start, and if you need more, build that up. Then I'm using a Laura Mercier powder. You guys can use any setting powder you want, and I'm lightly setting the areas that I put the concealer or the color corrector, and I'm just using a little bit. You don't want to use too much because then when you put product on top, it'll look weird or cakey. And then I'm using a different shade under my eyes of the Bright Fix. I don't remember what shade this is. I'm pretty sure it's peach, but I really don't know. I'm sorry. But I'm just putting that under my eyes to brighten before I put on my normal shade of concealer. Now I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Concealer in the shade 420. I'm using that only on the areas that I color corrected, so I'm just placing it on top of those areas. This shade is a little bit dark for my skin color, so I'm going to mix it with the shade 385 and place that right on top of where I just put the other concealer, just to mix the colors together and make it, more my skin tone. And I'm blending this out with this foundation brush from Sephora, and you guys will see it does cover the majority of my face, but I do prefer this method over using foundation with concealer on top because you still get a lot of coverage, but you get a more natural look. Also, when I'm blending, I'm making sure I'm not bringing it under my eyes so that it's not cakey in that area once I go in with my under eye concealer. Now I'm going in with my Rare Beauty concealer in the shade 420. I'm applying it in the inner corners of my eyes, underneath my eyes, and on the outer corner of my eyes. Then I'm also bringing it on the sides of my nose, my smile lines, my chin, and my forehead. I'm also placing it on my nose and underneath, right at the tip of my nose. So I'm just blending out the edges of my under eye concealer, as you guys can see here, but I'm not blending it out completely because I want the concealer to set a little bit so I can get more coverage out of it. But I am going to completely blend out the rest of my face. And I am using the Rare Beauty concealer brush to blend everything out. I love this brush. I've been using it a lot. And then I'm taking whatever's left over on the brush and using that to blend out right underneath my cheekbone, under where my contour is going to go. Now I'm using the Sai Sun Melt in Deep Bronze, and I'm picking this up with the same foundation brush. Using the same brush will allow it to blend easier because it does have leftover concealer on it. So instead of following the natural structure of my cheekbone, it kind of goes down diagonally. I'm going to bring the contour in horizontally towards my nose. And I'm also placing it underneath my chin and then on my forehead, and I'm lightly tapping everything to blend it in. This product blends in really easily, so all you need to do is tap. Then I'm going to blend the rest of my under eye concealer and the concealer on my nose because I forgot to do that. And on this part, all you're doing is just tapping over the concealer, making sure it's blended out seamlessly. And then once that's finished, I'm going to take a beauty blender and just go over my entire face to make sure everything is seamless, doesn't have any harsh lines. And if anybody's wondering, this beauty blender is slightly damp. It's not like soaking wet or anything, and it's not completely dry, so just right in the middle. And that's usually how I like to use a beauty blender. And some concealer did get on my eye, so I'm just making sure to blend that in. Now I'm using my nude sticks in the shade Hot Paprika. I'm applying it on the back of my hand first and picking it up with the beauty blender. I'm going to place that right on the center of my cheeks, close to my under eyes, as close as possible without being on top of my under eyes. And I'm also going to put a little bit on my forehead, you guys will see, and on the center of my nose. And you guys can build this up. This product is a very natural product. It has a really natural finish. So if you want, you can keep building it up until you get your desired look. And after all that, I'm going to lightly set my concealer on my under eyes, my eyelids, and anywhere else that creases, or anywhere that, if you have a place on your face that makeup doesn't really stay, then definitely set that part. And after I'm setting it, that's when I'm going to go in and bake, and this is going to help it to not look as cakey and to just have a more natural finish. So now I'm baking, and I'm making sure this is really precise in the areas that I want to brighten. And when you're baking, it's really important to make sure the product is on there evenly. If not, when you wipe it off, you'll see it has like some super harsh lines. If that happens to you, just make sure when you apply it, it's on there even and you don't have any parts that are heavier than others. Now for eyes, I'm taking this Black Radiance contour palette. I'm taking the shade in the middle, and I'm placing this pretty sloppily on my eyes. I'm not really having any structure, rhyme, or reason to it. I'm just blending it all over except directly on my eyelids. It doesn't have to be perfect, just make sure that it's blended. So I'm also contouring my nose at the same time just to get it out of the way, since I am going to end up using the same color later. And I'm also connecting the contour on my nose to my eyeshadow. This just gives like a really structured look on this part of your face, which I think looks really nice. And just diffuse everything out and make sure that it's blended, nothing is harsh. I'm also going underneath my nose and contouring there. Then I'm doing the same thing under my eyes. I'm just diffusing it out. I'm not having, much structure to it, just placing it under there and blending it out. And then also on this part, I'm taking the same brush, and blending it right underneath my contour, in between the bake and the contour, so that there's not a super harsh line there. I always have problems with that, and doing this has helped a lot. Now I'm going in with this ColourPop highlighter to get a natural glow on my eyes, and I'm placing it right on my lids. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, just make sure that it's blended out. And I've done something similar to this look before, but I think it's really pretty and goes really well with this type of effortless glam look. Now I'm just dusting away the bake, and I'm going in with this CoverGirl brown eyeliner. You guys can use any eyeliner, just make sure that it's a kohl liner. And then I'm placing it on the outer part of my upper and lower lash line, and I'm making a really small wing. Again, it doesn't matter how you place it. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're just blending everything out. So I'm doing the same thing to the other side, and I'm going to use the other side of the eyeliner to blend it out. If you guys don't have this specific eyeliner, then you can just use a brush. It's fine, like a smudger type of blending brush. But I'm just dragging and blending everything upwards, and just making sure that there aren't any harsh lines, making sure it's all diffused out. So now I'm taking my Natasha Denona palette, and I'm using Deep Dive and Suntan, and I'm diffusing further my upper and lower lash line. This is where I'm going to bring the shadow and the liner into the outer V of my eyelids. So not only am I going to be blending it up, but I'm going to be blending it inwards towards the center of my eye. I'm not going to go all the way, but I'm just going to kind of create some smokiness and depth on the outer V of my eye. And now we have a really soft and smoky wing. And now I'm taking a flat concealer brush, and I'm cleaning up underneath. So I'm just dragging underneath to take all the shadow away, but I don't want that line right there to be too sharp. So I'm going to take the Rare Beauty concealer brush, and I'm blending it on top, kind of like right on top of the harsh line, and it's going to just diffuse it out, as you can see. And then I'm just going to set it lightly with the powder so that it stays all day. And then I'm using the Artist Couture in the color or shade Conceited, and I'm highlighting the inner corner of my eyes and the tip of my nose, and then the bridge of my nose. Then I love this part. I'm going back with the Lumi Glow Lotion in the shade 904, and I'm taking this foundation brush and putting that on my cheeks again. So I'm just smirking, and wherever the light hits my cheeks, that's where I'm placing it. And I just want to do this to bring back a dewy and glowy look to my face. I'm also putting it on my forehead. Now I'm putting a little contour right on the top of the bridge of my nose, and I'm diffusing it out towards the sides. I don't know, this just gives like a cute look. And then I'm using the e.l.f. Bite Size palette in the shade Pomegranate. First I mixed the highlighter and the blush together, but that was a mistake. It just made my face super sparkly. So I tried to fix it by just using the blush. So make sure you guys just use blush. But I put that in the same place I put the nude sticks to further enhance the blush and give it a really pretty and youthful look. Now I'm just doing my brows, and I didn't show you guys much of it, but I'm just filling in the sparse areas. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not overlining. I'm literally just filling in any emptiness that I see in my brows. For lips, I'm using this dark brown liner that I got from the beauty supply, and I'm lining my lips, but I'm making sure that it's blended out. I don't want it to be super sharp or anything like that, and I'm using the same nude sticks and putting that in the center and blending it out. This is literally my favorite lip combo that I've ever done, so please try it. And then the nude sticks does take a little to dry down, so while it's doing that, I'm gonna do mascara. I'm using a Fenty Beauty mascara. This mascara is so good. I've said it before, it lasts all day. And then I'm putting that on the top and bottom of my lashes. On my bottom lashes, I kind of comb underneath first and then comb them down, as you can see right here. Then I'm taking this e.l.f. lip gloss. It's just a clear minty gloss, and I'm applying that in the center to give my lips like a healthy glow. And I'm using this Refresh setting spray by Hailey's Beauty to set my makeup, and this is how it looks without the light. Still amazing, still beautiful. This is with the light. I love this look. I think it looks so pretty and glam. Alright, so now for some volume. So I'm going to be kind of creating an effortless, like curly type of look. So I'm just sectioning out my hair in half, and I'm just bumping my ends pretty heavily. Sorry if I'm triggering anybody. Just bumping my ends, and I bought these, what are these called? These rollers from like Walgreens or something. Realized I didn't bring any like hair clips with me from my house to my apartment, so they're like falling out and stuff, so just ignore that part. I am going to be taking these out from the bottom because I couldn't get them to stay. But the bottom pieces I'm flipping inward, and the ones on the crown of my head, like here, I'm flipping outward and just rolling them so they can dry, so they can set and cool down. And I didn't want the curls to be too structured, so after I finished my entire head, I just let my hair set in the rollers for about 10 minutes and took them down. My hair type doesn't really hold curls well anyway, so I didn't want to make them, you know, super nice and then ruin all my hard work. So I'm just completing these, and after 10 minutes, taking them down carefully. These are the ones that like grip in your hair and kind of stay in place, so you have to be careful when you're taking them out. But once they're all out, I'm just kind of like fluffing my hair, playing with it. And I'm going to go in with the IGK First Class Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo. So dry shampoo is amazing to use when your hair, like when you first do your hair, because it gives you volume and it really prolongs your style, especially if you're working out or doing anything where you're going to be sweating. I sweat a lot from my scalp, so I like to put dry shampoo sometimes on my scalp if I know I'm going to be exercising. And IGKs smells so good. Like, it actually smells clean. I used it on my hair the other day. My hair was straight for like 2 weeks. It didn't obviously smell the best, and when I sprayed it on my hair, it smelled fresh and new, like I just washed it. So definitely love that product. And I'm just brushing out my curls because, like I said, I just want like an effortless, you know, cute look. So I'm just brushing them out, fluffing them out, and now my hair has a lot of volume and is very pretty. So again, thank you IGK and Magic Links. Don't forget to shop all these products and more using the links in my description. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.